Tonight, we are going to witness the most anticipated triples match for indoor bowls this year, the 2013 National Championship Triples Final. Viewers, are you ready? Wearing the black tracksuits, playing with the black bows, and representing North Taranaki, please welcome Paul Midgely, Grant Harvey, and Sheree Holmes. With the yellow bows, wearing mixed colors and representing the Waikato district, Tim Veale, Shaun Blackbourn, and Ciaran Blackbourn. For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching from around the world, from the home of the 2013 National Indoor Bowling Championships, the Rotorua Energy Event Center. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yes, thank you for that colourful introduction, Matt. As you would have heard in that fantastic opening spiel, the 2013 finals between Paul Midgely, Grant Harvey and Sheree Holmes playing Tim Veale, Shaun Blackbourn and Ciaran Blackbourn. They should be getting going pretty shortly, and thank you for joining me in the commentary box, Matt.
Quite alright, Alex. I think we're in for a thriller here, without a doubt. As any national championship final should be.
Yes, absolutely. I'm sure both teams have had to play and win many, many games to get this point, and they'll both be hungry for the win here.
Yeah, that's right. Just to give you an idea of the semi-finals, Tim's team came off beating our fellow commentator Alex Reid here, his team from Tauranga, and Paul Midgley's just come off beating Grant Rayner's team as well. So neither of those two semis were easy games. All four strong teams, and so they'll be on fire for this one. I can guarantee it.
Yes, both teams are playing excellent bowls, and yeah, I'm certainly looking forward to a great spectacle when they finally get started. I think this might be a good sign here. I think that was Tim just picking up the card. Players often take a few minutes after a game when it gets to this point to relax themselves, so they would have done their various things. It's no time limit, so it doesn't matter when they start as long as they do, and it doesn't matter how long they go for. They just need to play the regulation 10 ends for this final.
Just a reminder, for the final we have dual cameras, so we'll be changing our viewpoint every end just to give you a close-up examination of the head, just to help our commentary and also help you, the viewers, get a better understanding of how this game panned out.
Sheree just overthrowing the jack a little bit there, starting off on the back end. Member of the very successful Matt Black's New Zealand Indoor Bowling team, who've just returned from smashing Australia to smithereens, and it stayed on the end. That's good. I think this Matt, Tim just checking, I think this Matt might be a bit faster than the first one. After the first couple of ends, the players will get a feel for the weight. It's Ciaran Blackbourn there. I'm afraid on this particular camera angle I seem to have chopped off everybody's heads, but as commentators we'll let you know who's playing what and when. On the back end again. Yeah, very good correction there. Playing a good lead bowl. Ciaran's staying on the backhand. I think there was a bit of thought there of maybe changing his hand to see what the other one does, but they just decided to keep him playing the same.
Yeah, he looks to have played the same bowl there, We see Grant Harvey stepping up to the mat, playing his first bowl.
A very colourful bowler on the New Zealander bowl scene. There's Grant Harvey, one of the louder players, and it's good it adds colour to the sport, I think anyway. And this is Shaun playing his bowl on the back end. Bit of trivia for him, he's the youngest ever player to win I was just about to say a gold star, to win a Welsh Trophy medal. He did that with Waikato in 2006, which was the last time, incidentally, Waikato won the Welsh Trophy. And I highly doubt that record will be beaten, if not ever, but maybe for quite some time. That was a good bowl there by Grant. Shaun changing to the forehand now. This is the first bowl played on the forehand, I think, so it'll be interesting to see what it does.
He's picked it to have quite a swing, and it looks like it's going to do that, coming right back in onto that black bowl and sitting down, possibly for the shot there.
Very good shot there by Shaun. Interesting to note that none of the bowls are actually in front of the head, they're all behind it. So one would assume that the mat might be a little bit faster than what both teams have just come off. And it may very well be uphill going the other way. Does Paul like it? Doesn't matter if he does or not, that was a pretty good bowl. Great shot. Paul Midgely's just come off. Well, he hasn't just come off. He was a member of the North Taranaki Welsh winning team. He won the national singles in 2011. The national... did he win anything last year, Matt? Fours. Or 10-11. 10-11 and... I can't remember.
That was back in...
He's got 2 titles. And I believe it's the fours and the singles. So is it 2011 and 2010 that he won national titles?
No, he won them both in 2011. He was player of the tournament. He won the Robertson Cup in that year.
Yeah, good bowl there by Paul on the backhand. Sitting down, leaving a bit of an opportunity for Tim. He's got a couple of chances.
You can either play...
Yes, Paul Midgely has won...
So you can either play that yellow up, although it might be a little bit big of a gap, it might go straight through, or you can actually come onto the black and see if you can send it back to the yellows, but it's risky. He's got to have good weight, or else it's going to bounce back up into more blacks.
He had good weight there actually. He was a bit unlucky for it to come off that yellow, but he didn't really make that much difference. It's one black to start off with, which makes the score 1-0 after one end of 10. Oh, there we go. Still overthrowing the jack, so this mat is definitely faster, I would say, than mats they've come off. Sheree playing the backhand again, although it's a different side of the mat. I think it's one with a bit of a swing. Yeah, good bowl.
He's picked that pretty good.
Yes, picked it very well, especially for a first bowl come out the other way. I think this way might be slightly uphill. It's rare for a mat to have the same weight going both ways on a large hole. So this way could be slightly uphill compared to the previous end. Ciaran just fallen a bit short on his backhand, so Sheree will be looking to reach pine to the spot. It's perfect bowl. Oh, that one's not too bad. Ciaran just making sure everything's clean. Yeah, very good shot there by Ciaran. As far as the teams and the individual players' achievements go, I believe Ciaran has played top 16 reps for Waikato on more than one occasion, Matt. I know he played juniors, and I think he's just come back to the sport rather recently.
Ciaran's been back a couple of years now. He was a member of the 16, I think, on 1 or 2 occasions last year, but has regularly featured this year so far.
Yes, and as said before, Shaun, his brother, is the youngest ever winner of a a Welsh trophy, and he's been in the 8 for some time. I believe I know he's come runner-up in a couple of North Island championships as well. So he's certainly been here and done that. And if you look at their skip, Tim, he has national peers. What's Grant done this time? Ooh, move that bowl, not quite enough. Black has good position though, they've got the back bowls. And Tim just indicating for Shaun to play maybe foot overweight into that yellow to move it. But yeah, if we move on to Tim, which is their skip, he's got a national peers title from 2008 in Tauranga. And he's been close a couple of times since then as well, I believe. He's also in the North Island team, whose shirt they're wearing. And although Shaun didn't quite get the shot Tim was indicating, he set up a very nice little plant there for yellow to put black out. And Paul really just needs to reach on and sit, I think, on that back yellow.
He probably just wants another bowl in the head. It's a little bit precarious for black at the moment. Might be tad heavy just to sit out enough to not really take that much effect.
Yep. Tim has got two options. If he plays to rest on that last black of Paul's and he's narrow, he's going to pop the black out, so that's probably what he's going for. Yep, beautiful shot. Set himself up. Paul needs to do something with this bowl, I believe. There seems to be quite a few yellows and a tight group there, so he'll just be looking to not necessarily get the shot, but just to make it more difficult for Tim to get a bundle. He's taken a tighter line, I thought.
Yeah, you'll see.
Didn't miss that one by very much.
Paul backed himself to draw in close there. Other players would have just tried to smack that front black, probably, just to try and open the head up a bit, or at least send the jack somewhere else. But that's how every player has their own style.
It's a sign of a confident bowler there, I think, Matt. And Tim will be looking to capitalise on this opportunity, I believe. He likes it a lot. Oh, I got both of them out. Beautiful bowl. Could that be 6, Matt?
It'll be a number, that's for sure.
1, 2, 3. I believe that was.
And there was a 6 there, so that's
wow.
maximum you can get on one end. So
that's very rare to see in a national final. Bit of interesting trivia. Grant Harvey, when he won his peers title, I believe in the late 90s, Matt, you would know better than I do, scored a 6. So that's possibly the last time a 6 was actually scored in a final, though I'm probably wrong. If you know when a 6 was scored, feel free to leave a comment. It'll be interesting to see. That'd be certainly unusual for a player to have both scored and lost a 6 in a national final. I'd imagine it'd be pretty rare. Two good lead bowls there by both. Ciaran on his forehand looking probably to dead draw the jack with this one, I'd imagine.
yeah, I think we've definitely got a slight uphill downhill on this match. You'll notice that the first two bowls are both about 6 inches to a foot behind the jack, which isn't a bad place, but you'll just notice the difference compared to last time where they were drawing either jack high or just before the jack.
Yeah, exactly. Sheree just slicing it very slightly there, but sitting with 2 close bowls, and Shaun will be looking, I think at this point I'll be looking to even move the jack a little bit, Matt, away from the blacks and just give yellow the upper hand. that hand seems to swing quite a lot, so the player's probably still just finding it, trying to find the line between playing the swing and getting the weight right. Like Grant, it's going for the inside out.
A narrow line here, but
Oh, he played it beautifully. Worked pretty well.
sure did.
I think he was going for a wick off any of those bowls. Actually held its line for a remarkably long time. I was surprised. But he got the wick, or one of the wicks he was going for, and sat down to put black in quite a nice position here. They've got 3 bowls left. Yellow's got 3 bowls left. They need to really do something with this one to give Tim a chance to capitalise. What would you do in this position, Matt?
Confident play with back their jaw, Alex. Do you think Shaun's done?
I was going to swing. Just again finding that fine line between the massive swing that we've seen and the fact that it actually seems to be quite far downhill. Sometimes that can be very tough, especially when it's only the second time we've played that way. He's going for the wick off the yellow. Yeah, 2 very good bowls here by Grant. He's suitably pumped.
Yeah, he's changed to.
That's how you want. That's how you want to respond to dropping a 6, isn't it? You want to put the pressure straight back on the opposition, and that's what Black has done. They haven't been flustered. It's only early on in the game. They've got 10 ends and they've responded well. Bit of pressure on Tim here. It looks pretty good to me. Oh, it's just going to pull up.
Yeah, it's quite easy to be demoralised by dropping a 6, but the team from North Taranaki don't look to have done that, and Paul Midgely's just got another good bowl into the head.
Yeah, I think, although that's North Taranaki, Matt, I think for the purposes of the Nationals, they earned it under the districts, but if we divide the teams up, we've got Grant, Harvey and Paul Midgely from North Taranaki and Sheree Holmes from, I believe it's Upper Hutt Valley. And Tim likes that one. Is it going to get around it? Oh, not quite. Great effort. And on the other team, we've got Tim Veale from Manawatu, and then the Blackbourns are both Hale from Waikato. They could be. They're just looking at all the opportunities here. I think if that yellow, the very front yellow, wasn't in the way, there'd be a chance on the backhand run shot to get a 5. But I don't believe he could get that with enough. I don't think he could get it so that his collision ball would stay on the head. I think he'd probably leave it. So they might get a 4. Either that or he's just going to draw around or underneath for 4 shots. I don't know if they're holding 2 or 3 there. Oh, he's going to play pop it out for 4. Yeah, good shot. Very good shot there by Paul Midgely. And that's, as said, that's how you want to reply to dropping a 6, is by just scoring a few back. So that makes the score something 6-5 after 3 ends. We saw there, interestingly, for people not so familiar with the rules, that jack was overthrown again, but only very, very slightly. It was it didn't go over the line as such, but the jack, if you went straight over it, was obviously overhanging the white line, which means that it was overthrown. Yes, I think this is definitely up or downhill, Matt.
Thank you, Alex. And just to clarify, sorry, it is yellow leading 6-5, which is Tim's team. Ciaran just plays first bowl for this end, and he's doing nicely in the square. And sit down. Sheree just looking to get one other jack higher behind, preferably behind. Just going to make a slight adjustment.
Be going for the spot. Yeah, be going for the spot at this point. On that swingy hand, she's taken perfect green both times. The second bowl's in a good position. Ciaran will be looking to capitalise. Dead draw the jack. If he moves it a bit, that's good. Is it going to get around the black?
Oh, it might have taken a bit too much away off this one.
It's actually very interesting that we've seen this. I think it's because the matter's up or downhill, and the players, this is a very stressful situation. How's Grant gone? A little bit heavy, so he's been tricked into that. And it's sometimes really hard to find that touch weight. Look at the greens are perfect from the players. It's just finding that perfect weight, especially when it's a slight difference. And it's only the second time they've played this way. Oh, Shaun wasn't tricked. Great ball there by Shaun. Getting deja vu of what he did against me. And Harvey...
showing his experience there.
Yeah, did draw the jack. Harvey on the forehand. He likes it. Got the Harvey vocals. Not sure what language he was speaking there.
Yeah, neither am I. I think we have to ask him that one. He's
Maybe it's a new language, I don't know.
He's tried to run the yellow bowl out flush, I think, but he's got a little bit of the jack first, which is still sent it back, so there's still one down. Shaun just looking to draw in between the yellows on the backhand.
He wants to get around it. Another sense of deja vu there, Matt. Must say Shaun was playing excellent bowls. Oh, a couple of fist bumps, that's good to see.
Yeah, team morale's high in the yellow
Harvey.
camp.
Paul looking to come underneath that yellow and sit in the air, maybe cut it down to one or get the shot. If he can get around the front yellow, his line will be perfect. Well, his line was perfect. Again, backing himself on the draw.
Tim looking to close that gap up on the backhand.
Yeah, certainly.
It's about their only danger. If Paul was to come onto that yellow bowl, it doesn't look like it would come over to the black, so...
No, perhaps if we played the black bowl on the forehand it might, because you're getting more angle on the jack to bounce it, but certainly the yellow it wouldn't. It would just crunch square or maybe go to our left. If we got the black on the forehand, there's an opportunity to cut it down. Either he plays backhand wick off that yellow into the head, that's a little bit out. They're definitely going to make their decision. It's interesting to see. I noticed Tim there used a little bit of the box on the backhand to get a bit of late swing. If you're watching, he didn't take it from dead centre, he took it slight from the corner. It'll certainly be very interesting to see what Paul and Grant decide for this shot. Yeah, I think I suspect he's going for forehand on the black, but I don't know. No, he's not. He's going for the draw. No, I don't know what he's going for. This is why I'm a commentator. Bit of an ugly result there. Yellow sitting with 2, which put them 8-5 up after 4 ends of 10. Tim just needs to play the bonus shot and draw for 3, I'd imagine, Matt.
Yeah, bonus points are always vital when it comes to big games like this. You've got to take your chances. And Tim will just be looking to quietly draw around the blacks. Nothing too major.
It's not an easy shot to play, but it's also not a dangerous one. Ooh, great effort there by Tim.
Might be slightly heavy from how it looks there. You see Grant's taking out 2.
I'm going to say 2, I think. From this angle, the yellow looks closer, but that's due to the camera. I think 2. It's always worth a measure, isn't it? Especially when the bowls are sitting up like that on a funny angle and you've got the white line of the box running through. Sometimes it's really tough to tell. So passing the measures through. Passing the measures through there. And not through there. Oh no.
This is close. I know. He's given it. So 2 yellows there.
He said good bowl, Tim, so that must have been a 3. Very close three, and very well done, I must say. So Ciaran throwing the jack. It's actually, have we had a jack that's not been overthrown yet, Matt?
I don't know.
Have we? I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
we have. I think every jack's been overthrown. That's interesting to note. I think it's just a slight weight difference in the mat. That's very interesting. It's unusual to see. I think it does point to the fact the weight must vary considerably between the two. Ciaran playing a very good first bowl there, and Sheree matching it pretty well. Very good leading by both these people. I'd imagine Ciaran will stay on the backhand. If he moves the jack, it's ideal because it negates the black that Sheree just played. Even when he lands and sits down on the black, it's a good bowl. It doesn't look too bad up. Yep. Great shot. Unlucky result, actually. I think that bowl deserved a better fate. Sheree changing to the swingy forehand, and it'll be tough to find the right place between the swing and the weight that you need. How's the line? Ooh, good effort. Must say it's also good to see the large amount of people who stayed behind to watch the semi-finals and finals of all four events. Very good bowl there by Shaun. What would you play in this situation, Matt?
Well, Grant with the black bowls, if he plays the forehand like he is, he's got chances to just swing on to either yellow bowl. He looks to be a bit narrow there, running off the edge of the mat. But yellow now just looking to cover the black bowls to eliminate some of the effectiveness of the shot that Grant was looking for.
Playing with weight to land on the black bowl, so if he swings, he got half one. 6-1, half dozen the other, so that's given Grant a chance on the forehand again. It's given it more weight this time. Yeah, not a bad result there. Again, coming this way, no bowls are in front of the jack.
That's correct. It's him looking to play the backhand, just draw underneath the black, sitting on his yellow bowl, hopefully hold two. Point to note,
certainly.
Ciaran was quite a successful triples player. He's won the Waikato triples back-to-back in 2012 and 2013 with Richard Caddy and Greg Williams, and he also won the 2012 Hamilton triples with Shaun and myself. So he's quite a triple specialist, one would argue, although he's an all-rounder as well, but he's a very competent force to come across in triples. I would definitely not let him fly under the radar at all.
Yes, he'd certainly be feeling pretty confident with his previous results. Tim not very happy with that bowl. Probably just getting a little bit too focused on the fact it's downhill. He had a good line, and Paul just be looking to play something. It's interesting. Paul Midgely
a foot over on the jack and yellow bowl.
Yeah,
there might be a squeeze option there.
Very good weight. Very good weighted bowl there. That was a great shot.
Got the result as well.
Very good bowl there by Paul. I think he's just got one out of that.
He might be unlucky to only get one.
Yeah, it was a worthy bowl. Interesting to note, Paul Midgely has been in the academy team since. Just looking for it. at least 2009, as I remember I played with him then, but I think it was even before then. So he's played at that level for some time.
We've got some more measures out here from Grant. It's obviously close again.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to give away any shots he doesn't have to. And he's fully entitled to a measure here.
It's good to see.
We might
Good
see
to see the
on the
players
again.
not being afraid to measure. Oh, maybe not this time. I'm going to go for yellow. Oh, it's called the umpire.
And who do we have umpiring here, Alex?
Don't ask me questions like that, Matt. I'm not sure who the umpire is on this occasion, but it's certainly... I couldn't imagine being the umpire. It's not a job I'd want to do, especially on a national final. Yes, I've just looked it up, and Paul Midgely first made the academy team in 2010, and the force team of Grant Lamy, Paul Midgely, Shaun Blackbourn, and myself. So it's interesting we've got that team, Shaun and Paul, playing each other. So it's certainly successful, and Grant Lamy, of course, he came back that year and he's gone on to represent New Zealand again twice. And I believe it's argued that the only reason Paul hasn't played at island level is because he's unable to get the time off work. But he's certainly been a successful academy representative since 2010, so he's been up there before as well. It's not the first time at high-level competition for any of the players, and I don't think any of them will be showing that many nerves, to be honest. That jack was not overthrown, Matt.
No, there was a first time for everything. Umpire indicating that the last game was only one black, which makes the score 9-6 to yellow. Played however many ends.
5 ends of 10,
so we're halfway through the game now, and there's 3 points in it.
Sheree's actually switched the hand she leads off on now. She's playing the one with the half green instead of the swing. And led off with a very good first bowl there. Ciaran coming slightly underneath the jack, but still relatively close. And Sheree will be looking, I think, to dead draw the jack with this one.
Definitely. Sheree's the only female in this final, so she's got the girl power carry on your shoulders as well, which I'm sure is helping you.
Sheree has also played at a high inter-island level for quite some time. I'm just finding it now. Her debut for the North Island team was... no, it wasn't quite that long ago, Matt, I don't think. I believe it was 2009. I'm just double checking here. No, it was 2007. It was 2007, where she was in the fours team of Lynn Brittain, Sue Fleming, Lisa White, and I've read the wrong one out. It was Lynn Brittain, Lillian Christini, Sheree Holmes, and Lorraine Phipps in 2007, and that was when she debuted, and she stayed in the 2 spot in the fours until 2008, where she then moved on to the women's triples for 2009, where she played with Sue Fleming and Elizabeth Morrow, and she stayed in that spot until 2011, and then of course she's just come off representing New Zealand in the Matt Blacks squad for 2013. Shaun just finding the gap there. While I've been yabbering away, Black has built quite a nice head. They're holding 2 shots, although they do not have last bowl. Paul will just be looking to draw the spot here, would you say, Matt?
Definitely. Looks to be a bit short. So just
it's that up or downhill thing again. He's got the perfect weight. Oh, sorry, the perfect green. And Tim has room to dead draw the jack here, which is what he needs to do.
He's close. Oh, unlucky.
Great
And
weight.
forward, and he probably grabbed
Just
that
very
jack and raked
slightly
it back for
narrow.
2.
Great effort. Paul again looking to dead draw the spot. He's made an adjustment, just
But
not quite enough of one, I don't believe. Tim's actually got 2 opportunities on the backhand now. He can use a bit of the box and try plant the black out, or he can just try dead draw for 2 again.
I think the jaw's a safer option. I think a confident player would back their jaw, as you stated earlier, Alex.
Yes, that is correct.
The plant's a little bit risky. You can take out both those blacks, but I don't think it's necessary at this stage of the game. There's the risk and reward analysis that a player goes through when deciding their shots. And Tim,
don't sit down. Oh.
Till's been ripped off on that occasion. I thought he played a screamer for 2, but Shaun's taken out 1 black, possibly 2. Looking at 2, I think he's indicated 2.
Sometimes in bowls, shitty things happen, but that's part of bowls, isn't it? You know, and when you play it, it's going to happen against you as many times as it happens for you. But that's certainly one to overthrow the jack again. That's certainly one to rip the ration book for sure. Interesting to see. Tim's moved the jack up a little bit when he's been given control. Give a bit room at the back of the head, and remembering this is fast, so he's probably wanting some back bowls, I would imagine. Sheree playing a very good lead bowl there. Ciaran playing on the backhand as well. Very good line. Finishing a bit behind the jack, and Sheree will be looking to tighten up and go on for a toucher now, I would imagine. Back there is just as good. Be looking for a bit of movement on the jack. Triples is an interesting game to play, actually. Unlike pairs where each player gets 3 bowls each, or 4s where you've got 8 bowls. Triples, you have 3 players with only 2 bowls each, and it's very easy to score lots, and it's very easy to drop lots, because you only need one player to miss a couple and the other team to be on, and they just swoop in, and it's very difficult game to get right, and all players have to be firing for you to be successful, I believe. Shaun looking on the backhand. Be going for the rake or just drawing to the blacks, man?
I think, adding to that point about big scoring opportunities, this game's definitely proved that so far. We've seen a 6 and a 4. That was 10 points to 2 ends, which often games,
Can I just point out that rattling noise?
10 points scored in total. Please don't interrupt me, Alex.
Exactly. The rattling noise you heard just there, that was my peanut M&Ms that were lying on the floor, and I think Ciaran was one trying to play soccer with them. Grant just pushing very slightly wide on his backhand shot, and yes, you're right there, Matt. This game's certainly shown that big scoring opportunities can definitely be capitalised on. Again, Shaun there with his dead draw. And it's interesting to note it was opposite teams. You know, Tim's team scored the 6, and Harvey's or Midgely's team replied with a 4 straight away. So it's interesting to note, and it makes it an exciting game because anything can happen. Good weighted shot. Slightly underneath it. What would you be doing here, Matt?
Actually, wouldn't mind just trying to reach the outside black bowls. Don't really want to swing across the head, but Tim's tucked in there quite nice.
That was actually that was a very good bowl. Paul's got two opportunities. He can try play on the forehand. It's a bit ugly. I'd be tempted to play the backhand and sit in even for second shot. You can play a little bit of weight. If you can screw on your black, your collision bowl sitting down. If you get clean through, you're landing on the yellow. If you're lucky, you might get a squeeze. But just sitting in there and making it difficult for Tim to score a multiple score. What would you play here, Matt?
I'd be confident enough to back myself on the backhand, either drawing or just reaching weight. Paul's looking to play.
He's playing on the backhand. How's he done? He's done pretty well, I think. Yeah, very good shot. Great shot. Making it more difficult for Tim. They could be holding one there. So Tim can actually come underneath the jack perhaps and land on that black. Decisions. It's also good to see both teams. Sorry.
That was a shot to play from Paul's perspective, because if we played the forehand and went a little bit wide and sat on the outside, Tim actually had an opportunity to play underneath the head and take that far right black out and possibly obtain another ball, which would have been a very bad position strategically.
It's smart play really from Paul. That bowl just pulling up a little bit short.
Yeah, Shaun gave that one a half clap. I don't think he's fully convinced that it's done, but
and we see the measures come out again. Third or fourth time, I believe, we've seen them this game.
What's the score as it stands?
I'll tell you when the camera switches, but I think it's pretty close. I think Midgely's team is still training a little bit.
They were 3 behind last year and scored a 2, so it must be 9-8, the yellow. Correct?
Yeah, we'll know when it goes up the other way. Must have very steady hands. I know I certainly wouldn't be happy measuring in a triples final. I'd be shaking like a leaf. So I either play lead or skip. Tim's team coming away with 1 or 2 there, I think, Matt. The score is 8 to black and 10 to yellow after 10 ends.
This game isn't over.
Sorry, I'm having a bit of brain fade.
Folks, we still
After
have bowls
7
to
ends
play.
of 10. Thank you, Matt. So this is the third to last end, and if you're Tim's team, you're looking to score now, because that puts quite a lot of pressure on Grant and Sheree and Paul. And if you're them, you're looking to score probably a 2 on this end, because
I think both teams are always looking to score. I don't think you even want to give away shots to your opponents, but
well,
I don't know, you might play that way out.
What you have to remember is more often than not, the team with the last bowl will score, say, 1. Especially on this level, it's very difficult to stop someone from scoring 1 point when they have last bowl, especially when they're over caliber of a skip like Tim. So if you're Grant and Paul and Sheree, you've got last bowl this end, so you can score this end. You might drop 1 next end, and then you get last bowl on the last end. So you're looking for 1 or 2 just to bring yourself within 1 or 2 points for the last end, where hopefully you can capitalise with your last bowl. Whereas Tim must have the reverse strategy, try to score when they have the last bowl, and then keep that run running and just build the lead to such a point where it would be difficult for them to have it made back on them on the last end, I think. So 2 good lead bowls there by Sheree, and a great bowl there by Shaun. Interesting to note again, all the bowls are behind the jack on this upper way, which is a bit different.
Shaun's drawing in both the semi and the final so far has been a real asset to Tim's team. He's been on fire.
Yes, he certainly has been. I don't think I will ever forget his last bowl against me, Matt. It is burnt vividly into my nightmares, and he played it absolutely beautifully, and looks like he's done another one again. Great bowling. Good bowl there too by Grant with his first one, and he'll be looking to do something with this one. What would you play, Matt?
Unsure how the jack's sitting, but there might be an opportunity to, on the forehand, just foot over onto the jack. That yellow might roll over for black to hold two or a couple. It'd still leave options for.
We're going to hear the Grant vocals again. Yeah, good bowl.
That was the other option, playing that hand.
Very good
if
shot.
He went a little bit wide, he was getting the result that he got, which was definitely good for black. So.
Very good bowl there, the way black's sitting now. Tim has to move the head with his first bowl. Maybe looking for a squeeze, perhaps, man, on the forehand. I don't know if the jack's actually touching that black. It might not be.
Looks to be about an inch away.
He's going to hold its line, or is it going to swing?
Oh, he's gone right through, which you won't be happy about, but Paul looking to play cover bowls, play the backhand, drawing into either the black or the yellow second shot. And he's played it pretty.
And a great bowl there by Paul. Sorry, had a bit of a technical glitch there, but that's what happens when it's the first time and you have a computer. And he's forced Tim ready to play a run shot on the forehand, just try to clear it off. It was a great shot there, and Tim has very little else on, I believe. Bit narrow out of his hand. Oh, it's swinging all the way. Yeah, got a result. Cut it down to 1, and Paul will just be looking to draw in for 2 and make them all square. Going into the second to last end.
One of those bonus shots we were talking about earlier.
Exactly. Very, very important.
If you don't take your chances with your bonus shots, I think.
Yeah, good shot there.
Go very far to winning a game.
Very good shot.
When it gets down to the later stages, this being the latest stage you can get to.
Exactly. This is the pinnacle for any triples competition in the country. This is one that you'd most want to win. Again.
Yeah, as I said before, it was probably the most anticipated triples match this year.
Yep, certainly. And again, the jack's been overthrown, which is very interesting to note. Not by much though, but it was. And Sheree leading off on the backhand. It's been an excellent standard of bowls by all 6 players in this final. It's made it a pleasure to watch and commentate. Ciaran following on the backhand. A little bit heavy. Not a bad position bowls in there on spot. And Sheree just looking to capitalise and draw a second one close. And she's certainly done that. Great bowl there. Drawn a toucher. Ciaran on the backhand, on that touchy hand.
2 good bowls from Sheree there. You can't ask much more from the lead.
Yeah, it's about as good as it gets.
Ciaran playing the swing, hoping to come onto that black. Yeah.
Just about managed it. Very good effort. Harvey will be looking just to move the jack into that little group of blacks, I imagine. Again, it's on that funny hand. You don't know if it's going to hang or if it's going to swing. This is the point where we know it's starting to duck. Ooh, half a bowl. If it had been half a bowl wider, the yellow is gone and they're sitting for 3. And bit unlucky there, but that's the way it falls. And Shaun looking on the forehand just to draw close.
Grant looking to play the forehand and just tighten it up. Now
Grant's also a very successful bowler. I think we've covered most of... Oh, great shot. Very good bowl there by Grant. I think we've covered most of the bowlers in this final and their successes. He's already got 2 national titles from the pairs with Sue Meyer, I believe.
Back in '98?
Yeah, it was in the 90s, and I think he won the 4s as well, Matt, at some point. I'll just see if I can find it.
That was...
He won the 4s with Grant Rayner, Lance Jenner and Paul Pasala in about 2000, 2007?
5?
It might have even been before then. I'll tell you in a second, I'll look it up. Where do we go? Oh, great bowl there. Great bowl there by Shaun. Continuing his run of playing excellent bowls today. And I can tell you that they won it in 2005. So you were right.
I've heard that a few times.
How's this? Yeah, great show. Tim looking to follow that on his backhand. So I'm excited to tell what hand he's going to go. Is he close?
Yeah, he's played it third.
Yeah, great shot.
Paul and Grant discussing the head. Looking at what options to play. There's a shot on both hands. Either playing onto the black, turning the yellow out and sitting for 2, or confident bowler, as Alex would say, would play the draw, which Paul looks to be doing. He is the Academy singles player.
Yeah, he's also won the national singles in 2000 and whenever it was in Porirua. 2011, thank you. No, yes. Yes, it was 2011. And he beat Trevor Coleman in the final. And did he beat Grant Harvey in the semi?
I cannot recall all those details.
Grant was in the semi. It was Trevor Grant, Paul... Chris Matthews was the other one, I believe, was in the semi-final.
That sounded about
and
right.
I can't remember which one he beat, but he beat one of them, and they're all very difficult to beat. So he certainly is an excellent singles player. So there was 1 yellow, which brings the score to 11-10. What a fantastic final this has been. And it looks like it's going to continue being fantastic. 11-10 after 9 to yellow. Just wait and see what happens. Played on the backhand. Good shot. On the forehand. Not a bad position there. A little bit wide. And Ciaran, Tim opting to keep Ciaran on the backhand, see if he can tighten up on his first ball. It's close. Yeah, great bowling there by Ciaran.
Sheree looking to come into those yellow bowls a little bit narrow. Good weight.
Yeah, just a little bit narrow there. But both bowls are in a handy position. The jack goes that way, it's going to be 1. If it goes the other way, it's going to be 1. So, not the best bowls in the world, but they're not, you could have much worse than that. And Shaun just again looking on that backhand draw that he's played so well. Backhand and forehand draw, actually. Yep, another toucher. I've lost count now. Just deja vu back to my game. He certainly played excellent bowls. Harvey, forehand, square on the yellow, squeeze it, change the head. That's what it needs to do. You're going to hear the Harvey vocals? Yes, I think we are. Yeah, great bowl. Great shot. Shaun on the backhand looking to draw the jack.
Yeah, he's just got to adjust his green. Same weight. He looks to have done pretty well.
Oh, great effort. Good bowl there. Perfect line. And not that far short. On the backhand. Yeah, good shot there. Decisions. On the backhand.
I think it was only Shaun forehand. I think backhand is the only option. Just,
Yeah, certainly.
you know what needs to be done.
How's this?
A little bit heavy there.
Oh, good effort. Perfect line. Just the weight, that's the problem. How's this? How is this? A little bit heavy. Exactly the same bowl as Tim played. Remember they're sitting with a draw here.
Tim didn't change the head if he is to win the game. Again, just trying to visualise the shot. That banana line that the bowl will take. Reading himself.
How's the line? I think the line's good. Gonna look for a wick. Well,
Almost back up into the head there, but Black is still holding one, and poor Midgely has the last
you
bowl.
can hear a pin drop.
Yep, he's
Needs to
won the singles final with the last bowl, and he could be about to win this game with the last bowl as well.
How is this?
Come on, boy! Come on!
Right, likes it.
Yeah.
And
Great bowl. Great shot there by Paul.
2 Black, which gives Black the win on 12-11 final score. Your 2013 National Triples Champions being Paul Midgely, Grant Harvey and Sheree Holmes. Runners up Tim Veale, Shaun Blackbourn and Ciaran Blackbourn. Tremendous game. Watching commentate. Thank you for joining me, Alex,
Yes.
in this commentary.
Thank you for commentating, Matt. And it was just a riveting spectacle to watch. I thoroughly enjoyed commentating it. And I hope any viewers out there come back and watch the fours on YouTube as well. Thank you.